Okay, we're back on Unfiltered. Our guest this week is arguably the best loose forward in the Vodacom URC, certainly in our opinion. He's a Springbok, a Currie Cup winner, a Vodacom URC finalist, and a captain of the Vodacom Bulls at just 24 years of age. It is, of course, Elrigh Louw. Elrigh, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First one, your nickname's the Sheriff. Please let us know how you got that incredible nickname.
Yeah, I don't know if it really is my nickname. Some people call me that, but it started when I was at Kings. And I was still a youngster there, and they had some sort of task for the young guys. So my task was to make sure everyone was on time for the meetings, everyone was there when they had to eat. So as I was corralling the guys to go eat and be on time for meeting, people just started calling me the Sheriff. So yeah, I think I sticked.
It's fitting.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's fitting. Yeah, compared to the other ones, you know.
Yeah,
it's a great one.
Bricky.
Bricky, I mean, that is terrible. And the angry water. But anyway, you saying when you were younger, let's take it back, Hoerskool Transvalia funded Bell Park. I mean, it's what you call it, Mark was saying, it's the origin ground in the URC. So tell us about Hoerskool Transvalia, how they shaped you as a player, and as a man.
Yeah, no, look, I didn't start my high school career there. Okay. I started in a small school in Vodacom, close to where we live. But then, I think, end of grade 10, beginning of grade 11, I moved to Transvalia. So that was almost like, for us, the best rugby school in the union. In the union, if you didn't want to go to boarding school, or couldn't go to boarding school. So yeah, I started out, before I went to Transvalia, I was a talented prop.
No way.
So they shaped me well. I mean, I was running my whole December. And yeah, it was awesome for me. I started the first time I wore a Transvalia rugby jersey, I was captain for the first team. So
this is grade 11.
In grade 11,
yeah. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So they recruited you?
Was it a scholarship or did you guys just switch out?
No. I didn't get a scholarship, but they recruited me. I wanted to play rugby, and for that reason, I thought that was the best move for me.
And were you losing the title?
Title.
Yes.
That's really when they brought you in, you were now a lock or a loose forward.
Yeah, after I ran my ass off. For 3 months.
Okay,
I was some weight gained some height, so yeah, then I started playing lock and loose forward.
So on that point, obviously Hoerskool Transvalia, not the first name you think of when you think of one of the big rugby schools in South Africa. It must have been a tougher road for you. And I was actually chatting to Eben Venter, I think might have been your agent at the time. Yeah, now works here at the Vodacom Bulls. And he was saying that he got a call to come out and watch you playing. Apparently this incredible kid who's playing for Hoerskool Transvalia, and he came and watched you and you were just lighting it up. And he signed you right then and there on his car bonnet. Just chat me through that, because you probably weren't getting too many eyes on you at the time, coming from a small school, and then you get this opportunity.
Yeah, no, look, it's definitely much harder, as you can imagine, being in a small school like that. Nobody really, I don't think we were on the map at all at that stage. But I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. But yeah, I was playing rugby, and I couldn't see myself doing anything else than playing rugby. And I asked my dad, how does it work? How do you get to a union? How do you get a contract out of school? And my plan was obviously to go play Varsity Cup and then try somehow get a contract, because that wasn't something that happened in Transvalia.
Yeah.
So he actually went around and emailed all of the agencies you can get on the internet.
Sorry about that. That's mine.
Surely not. That's a fine, mate. That is unbelievable.
Ek gaan hom net so bietjie sê.
No, okay.
And I even brick in my bag. Just to spit to the top.
Really?
Ja.
Good. Okay, you can continue.
So like I was saying.
Sorry,
So my dad actually emailed all of the agencies he can find on the internet and just give my son a shot, just come watch him, and that's how we got to Eben, and luckily we got through to him, and he came and watched me, and I signed with him, and that's where it all started.
Did you go to Volker?
I played Grand Week in Matric, yes.
Okay.
Volker,
and that Matric year, which guys would you say played with that you know now? Played with or against?
Pepsi,
Pepsi,
Dylan Richardson. Those guys, yeah.
And then in your crop of guys that were in the Falcon team, were you the only one who's made it into the URC or next
Yeah.
Jeez,
There's a few guys like Ruben Beitel, I don't know if you can play with me. Yeah, so a few guys made it to provincial, but I'm the only one I think that has a Springbok cap. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
And then you go to the Cheetahs, right? Is that when you signed?
Yes.
Okay, so you're now 19 at this
19.
point. Yeah, and you've got a professional contract. So what was that like? I mean, you said you've been trying to figure out how the hell this comes about and how you get a professional contract with the Cheetahs. What was that like?
No, you felt like a man.
Yeah.
You felt like a millionaire getting 4,000 rand a month from the Cheetahs, but yeah. At that stage, we didn't know it, so it was awesome. I think that's where it really started for me. Going to the Cheetahs, playing. Well, I didn't really play Varsity Cup. I played Young Guns and under 19 and under 21 for the States.
Yeah, and at the time when you go to Cheetahs, you're still playing locker, or now what you call your kissing sevens, playing a little bit of all.
Lock and some risk squad. Yeah.
Okay. And then you go to the Kings, right? So that move came about. I read it might have been because you wanted to, get that exposure in the URC at the time. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That's prompted the move.
So I was at the junior box, one of the training camps, and Robbie Kingston phoned me. He was a coach, he was a coach at the Kings at that stage, and he told me that he wants to give me an opportunity to play. It was Pro 14 that year still. He want to give me an opportunity to come to P and play for the senior team in the Pro 14 league. So yeah, for me that was a massive step up. I just wanted to play. And I thought rather go play Pro 14, maybe get seen in a higher stage or level, than be playing out 21 again.
Yeah, for sure. And playing in PE, it's a hotbed of rugby, so it's so disappointing when not seeing them play. But hopefully, I'm sure you think that you would like to see the Kings back in the fold again. They play.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Look, I love PE.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Joel.
Felt like felt like you're on vacation, even driving across the beach and going home. So it's actually sad that there's no big rugby in a place like that. If you see the guys coming out of PE and the region, so I hope that somebody somewhere in the future pulls it together and maybe start something again.
So were you there during the collapse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk us through that if you can. Wow.
Yeah, look, that was a tough time. I think it built up like 3 months before it hit the fan properly. So 3 months we didn't really know if we get salary and it's on and it's off and you get paid late, get paid 20, 30 days late. It was tough and it was COVID also at that time. But things worked out well for me because I had the opportunity at that stage to come to the Bulls. So when they called us in, we were I think there was talks that we were about to play Current Cup and all that stuff. And then one Tuesday morning they just called us in, sitting in the pavilion, and they just said, listen, we're done.
Just like that.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do anymore. And that was the end of it. I went home, packed my stuff, and I came to the Bulls.
But when that happened, you already knew you come to the Bulls.
Yeah, that's also actually a long story because we had some chats during COVID before I went back to P. Where Jake said, listen, he wants me to come join the Bulls. And I'm a Bulls supporter from little boy, so that's obviously a dream come true. And I tried getting out of my contract at Kings and they said no. So I was still signed, I think, 2 more years at that stage at the Kings. And 2 months after that, they liquidated and I phoned Jake and he said, come.
Wow, it's brilliant. And how you speak about the Bulls and your love for the Bulls, and you know you've become sort of and actually you are the face of the franchise at this time. You drive past off to space, you see your face in Marcel's face. I mean, it doesn't get more prevalent than that. You know, so you've got a whole union of people. When you see the Bulls, you see guys like you and Marcel. Does that weigh heavily on your shoulders? You take that in your stride and become a Bulls player and a legend in the making for sure.
Yeah, no, look, I absolutely love it. Having the history that the Bulls have and being part of maybe creating more history that people will remember, that's for me a massive honor. So I enjoy every moment. There's no pressure for me playing for the Bulls. I love it.
And the fact that you're the face of the Bulls, does that get you at all?
No. I'm quite reserved.
Yeah, for sure.
That stuff doesn't bother me.
So, chat me through now. Your debut was against the Creekers, right? For the
Yes.
Bulls.
Yeah.
You came off the bench. We were actually struggling in this game. I remember.
I do remember that.
And you came on and you had a blinder, and I think after that moment you never really looked back because you were kind of thrown into the starting lineup after that, and that was kind of D-Day for you. Just chat me through that moment. And I know your pops and all that. I mean, clearly all Vodacom Bulls supporters.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for the Louw family?
No, it was massive. I think it was more of a dream for my father than for me to play for the Bulls, so it was big for all of us. I wouldn't. You can't write it much better than that. Being behind and then coming on and we managed to win the game. And I mean, Duane Vermeulen, playing with him, also a dream. So it was massive for us.
I think it's a perfect time for
That's
that.
not-
We have to ask. I know we've got so many times.
I know this is basically blown up by the media, okay, but there's a quote-unquote rumor of a scrap between you and Duane at training. You must be tired of talking about it, but we have to bring it up. So that came out that you and Duane had a bit of a go at each other at training, and we actually interviewed both of you about it independently for the documentary. And just take us what happened.
And who won? I want to know who won.
Let us know what happened. Let the viewers know.
So what happened was it was one of my first training at the Bulls, and obviously you want to make a mark in some, or at least show the guys what you made of. And Duane was on the fence, and I was actually not like in the training squad. I was running on the side, and they said I must come on and train. So I was quite charged up in the moment, and I don't know how it works, how the contact level works, and it was actually just like a shoulder check. And I got the ball from 9 and saw Duane, and I just put my shoulder and I ran. I don't think he would have missed the tackle if he was ready for it, but I did run through his shoulder.
That's a polite way of putting it.
And that's what this next part I heard him tell me. So Jake said he must go off, he must go rest. And Jake said something about, that young like the Rivalry. And Duane told him, I'm not going off.
You're going to play that.
Watch me. And 2 plays later, I was attacking again, and it was on the 5-meter line, on the try line, and came around the corner, and Duane was there waiting, and it was not shoulder check anymore. He smashed me. I think he smashed me twice.
Really? But there was no scrap or anything actually?
No. So afterwards, we both were a bit upset with what happened, but nothing bad, and he just told me that he respected me for the way I do my things. And
what was that like? Getting that from those words, I assume you grew up watching Duane and idolizing Duane. What was that like to say, I like your style?
No, it was awesome. I think that's what you play for. I don't play for the crowd cheering for me. I play for my teammates, giving me accolades for the things that I do for me and for the team. That's ultimate for me, the respect of your peers.
For sure. And then it seems like, Duane, looking for Duane's piece, like the Bulls always have got a rotating wheel of great 8 men and great youth force. Now you've got the 2 youngsters who've joined you.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, you are a wiser head, but you're also not that old, you know what I mean? So you see, You're 24 years old, but tell me about these two young gents. Like, how are you guys mentoring them? Why are they playing so well? Like, what is it that they have that so many young youth forwards that have in the country?
Yeah, no, look, they are definitely two of the most talented young youth forwards I've played with. I think what makes them special is they have another dimension. We're all used to that. I think 8-man or loose forward of the Bulls, like me, running straight, running hard, tackling, doing the dirty work. But I think Bilo and Kenny both have massive speed, agility, and they run into the space. So, and yeah, they can pass. I think they can kick, offload anything. So yeah, that's especially for us having maybe two bruises on the field and one guy like them. That makes a massive difference.
Well, I saw a training video of you and Cameron racing each other, and it was pretty close, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, and look, I just posted photos where I'm almost in front.
and then your playing style, right? Because we have to, I know it's a boring question, but your playing style, we really need to know where it comes from, how that, you know, the mental side of it, like to be able to just run so hard and you tackle so hard and just be so physical at all times. Like where does it come from? Is it something you have to learn, or is it something, you know, that you've always had as a rugby player?
Obviously there's techniques and stuff you have to learn, but being hard and physical is definitely something you have where you have to have. I don't think you can teach that. And I think the way we grew up in Vereniging and Van der Bel, we had to be hard and tough in some ways, so that's where I like to play. Yeah.
Well, this season, I mean, you've always been consistently good. I mean, we were saying on the broadcast, we don't think you've ever had a bad yet.
Yeah.
This season, do you think you've taken another step forward? I know it's tough to talk about your form personally, but I mean, right now you're leading the whole URC in terms of contact meters. You make more carries than any other forward in the competition. Do you think you've taken that next step in your development?
Yeah, definitely. And I think what the change was for me this season was more mental. I think I was quite hard on myself in some aspects previous season, where I don't think I performed well enough, and I think I let slip on one or two things. But I'm enjoying it now. I'm really enjoying it, and playing with the back and a back line and a team like this, it's quite easy to perform well.
Yeah. And would you say, like, this team, I was asking Mark, would you say this team, you know, the Jake White project, the Jake White era, is getting close to what the finished product is going to look like?
Yeah.
You know, do you think
I think so.
Yeah.
He told us when I just got there, he said, when he's done, 20 guys out of the 26 playing will have over the 50, close to 100 caps for the Bulls. Major test debuts, played a few caps for the Springboks, and I think we're getting quite close to that.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and I think if you think we started, there's not much of a change in the team from where we started 2 or 3 years ago, but the way we're playing, it's day and night.
And our 12 Vodacom Bulls and Springbok alignment camps, more than any other franchise, is clearly coming to fruition. I don't know if you have a question.
Yeah, I was just going to add, just take this report.
Okay, I just want to ask you quickly. You spoke about that mental shift. You've now shifted position as well. I mean, you came here as a 7, even though you made your debut at 8, you kind of were 7. You shifted to 8 after Duane left. You've now gone back to 7. Chat me through that kind of shift. Does it really make a difference to you in the way you approach the game, and is there a preference as well? I think people want to know.
I prefer 7.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly why, and why I, in some aspects, perform better on 7, because there's not really much of a difference being at the back of the scrum and on the side of the scrum. But I prefer 7, and for me, I just get in the game a bit more playing 7. It's not that much of a falling back, seeing where the kick's gonna go, maybe falling back. It's more front line, get the ball, first phase or second phase.
Yeah. Let's play out wide.
Yeah.
100%. I'm going to speak on 7. I'm going to blow some chimney, some smoke up your chimney. So this was a headline, an article headline from SA Rugby a couple of weeks ago. It said, energetic Elrigh noses towards heir apparent at 7. That's what you call a Springbok. So when you hear that, what's the first thing that comes to mind? They're saying the heir apparent to number 7 is also Peter Steph at the moment.
Look, I've so much respect for Peter Steph. I think he's the best blindside flank in the world, if not ever.
I agree. Yeah.
So I'll wait my turn
100%.
for Peter Steph, to be honest. There will be no hard feelings for me to wait for him to finish his job.
Sure.
Okay, speaking of heir apparents, you relatively recently signed a landmark deal to stay here until 2027. At the time, not a lot of players in South Africa were signing 5-year contracts. Just a word of that, was that a proper show of intent and commitment to the union that, this union was a big part of your development, you want to commit your future here as well? Chat me through the mental side of signing that contract.
Yeah, I think when they proposed it to me, it sounds long and it isn't something that was done. I think it started to pick up now, more and more guys did it. But I was one of the first, and I went to Jake and I asked him what's the plan and how long he will be here. And he said he's going to stay definitely sign till 2027, and he named a few guys that he's in talks with to also stay till 2027. And I was just thinking about how I enjoyed here and what I want to create and what I want to leave behind. And I think I gave myself enough time to reach those goals till 2027. And you'll see what the future holds.
Brilliant. Okay, speaking of the near future, quickly, we're playing the Stormers very soon. We don't want to bring up the record,
please.
But a word on what that fixture means to you. Maybe a word there's kind of this media hype around your battle with rivalries. You probably also sick to death while talking about that, but that's there for the public. We all see it, we all view it.
Yeah.
Chat me through that rivalry and then the personal rivalry as well.
Yeah, I mean, that will also always be North-South massive, especially what's going on now and the record and all the stuff in the media. But to be honest, I think that most of that game is in your head, and we've lost that head battle in the past, like you can see in the records. But yeah, I think if we can just forget about that, play as a team, we'll be fine. I don't think you have to make such a big hype about the game. And then my personal, I don't know.
How's your
There's nothing for me.
How's the rest of the field? Is there one at all?
Yeah, no, you're good friends. Obviously, you can read and you can say what you like on the media, but for us, there's nothing more to it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to even read the stuff.
He's moved to 7 now as well.
Yeah,
It's following.
Okay, I think last question before we get into this last is, what might be an obvious question, what do you want to achieve here at the Vodacom Bulls?
Yes, I want to definitely be someone that will be remembered, someone whose name's on the 50 and 100 cap board, someone like Victor Matfield and Spies and all of those guys, that young kids grow up and will forever remember who they looked up to when they came to Loftus. And for me, that was, like I said, I was like Spies and Bakkie Botha and Victor. I still have photos where I'm this light and I'm standing next to Victor, and I'll always remember that day. So I just want to be that bit of change or hope in somebody's life when they think back about the days they came to Loftus and to watch us play. So yeah, I just want to leave a good memory and a few trophies.
Yeah. Triple this year.
Okay, do you want to get into
It's my donator, okay. Let's start with the first name. Let's start big. Duane Vermeulen. One. Nice. Since
Jeez.
old school?
Yeah, I can pick one.
Let's put him at 3.
3, nice. Lawrence Delalio.
4.
Kevin Reed.
Yes, you're making a step. you can't go far, right?
Yeah.
What's left?
It's 2 and 4. Yeah.
2 and 4.
No, 2 and 5.
2 and 5, sorry. 2 and 5.
Let's hope the last one.
It's a 1.
Put him on 2.
Yeah, Sergio Parise. think we can agree with that.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
I think that's not a bad rating.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, quick 5 questions. Rugby hero growing up.
Your speech,
Highlights of your career so far.
Bob David,
Beer or brandy?
Brandy.
Tackling or carrying?
Carrier.
Toughest player you ever played against?
It's a difficult one. I think Brahmas, Duane Vermeulen will be up there.
Which Bulls player would you want to back you in a bar fight?
Goosey.
You know about that.
Favorite sport outside of rugby?
Golf.
Bush or beach?
Bush.
Most challenging aspect of being a rugby player?
Mentor.
Which Bulls player wouldn't you let date your daughter?
Yeah.
Cameron.
And then lastly, pre-game locker room or post-game celebration?
Post game.
Okay, perfect. Then the last thing we're going to do is build the ultimate 7. So I'm going to say ball carrying, and you're going to say who your best player that you reckon in that fits that.
We just stay there.
Okay, football carrying.
Is a difficult one.
You can pick yourself.
No, that's one. Okay, let's say myself.
Okay, love that. First one. Physicality.
Peter Steph.
Athleticism.
Josh van der Fleur is in the 70s.
Well, he's open side, but
No.
Yeah,
He's
it's
open
open
side.
side.
He's
so we're talking more blind sides, I suppose.
Sixes. South Africa's second.
Yeah.
Or we can go for all players. Maybe Jerry Collins.
Yeah, you could put Jerry Collins. Okay. Stealing.
At 7. There's so many open sides.
Open sides, I know, like Charles Olivon or.
I think Dalton probably is on a bad one.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And then tackling.
Peter Steph.
Peter Steph, yeah. Okay, perfect. It's basically Peter Steph and Toy.
Awesome.
Cool.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Elrigh.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Cut.
Cool. Cut. And then it's the Origins run. Are you going to be repping your Port Natal socks?
100%. Yeah. No, I got it from my dad. He drove up from Durban all the way from there to bring it to me. So now, definitely you'll see the white lines.